You're muted. You muted yourself.
I muted myself. Well,
Sure.
and now I'm not. I'd say I was doing my thing, but apparently no one could hear me. I thought I had turned off the mute, but I didn't want you hearing me enjoying my little snack before
There
we
it is.
started
That's
recording.
it.
So
That's it. Perfect.
But here we are. It's the Marvel Movie Minute Live. I'm Kyle Olson from the Swashbuckling Ladies Debate Society podcast.
Hey, and I'm Rob Cabasco. We were talking about this before we went live.
Yeah.
My daughter just graduated high school. We've all are ending the school year.
Yeah,
it's been a
that's
crazy everything.
Yeah, the summer's really starting up for real now.
Yes, it's just nuts, but we're happy to kind of always connect and let everyone know what's going on.
Right.
Because things are happening. We're getting there. Almost June. We're almost here at the full blown.
I can't believe it's May is almost done already. Like it's so weird to think in how things were, what May would have been like, because this would have been movies. We would have already been deep into movie season. I hadn't gone back and looked at what the 2021 calendar originally was, before 2020 happened. But we would probably the first Marvel movie would have been out in probably end of April.
Oh yeah, if they would have gone early.
we'd have been knee deep in new movies by this point. Convention season would be up in full swing. We'd be talking about San Diego and all the announcements coming from there here pretty soon. It's a different thing. So we're slowly getting back to what summers used to be, but this is going to be a fun one because now that a lot of us have been fully vaccinated, or those are making their plans to get in there, we're safe to go out into the world and not worry about getting other people sick. So
I am 1 week out from being fully vaccinated. Tomorrow
nice.
will be 1 week after the second shot, and I get one more week, and then
I went last night. I went to see a movie in a movie theater.
Oh,
for the first time in 18 months.
Oh, okay. We'll get to the proper stuff. You got to tell us what happened. So how was it?
This is all just pre-show stuff. So I knew that summer movie season was coming. I wanted to be ready, and I wasn't ready to go to a big release yet. So I wasn't ready to go to whatever the newest, like the Army of the Dead kind of stuff. I wasn't ready for a crowd yet. I wanted to get myself mentally prepared. So I chose our local theater here in Arizona, Harkins, is doing. They usually do a Tuesday night classic, but now because the way things are, they're kind of just like, and we're just going to run that Tuesday night classic all week. So
every night is Tuesday night.
Right. All these classic movies, you can see them a couple times and do it. So they were showing Jaws. So it was the power of Arizona's own Steven Spielberg that sort of brought me back in. And I had my 13-year-old daughter, had not seen Jaws before ever, so I know I wanted to see her on the big screen because it's just not the same. There's some movies that are just not the same at home where you're pausing and interrupting and phone calls and texts and, it's just like to sit and concentrate. I'm like, I really wanted her to have that experience. And so I went in and it's a little bit weird in terms of there still is social distancing there. So you're in pods. So we are in a seat of two and then there's an empty seat and then two and then an empty seat and two all the way through. But yet there's still somebody right here. like I could reach back and touch the guy's legs. I mean, it's like, breath guys, it still goes forward. I'm not worried, like I said, fully vaccinated, but and everybody's everybody's in masks. And so, but after that, it was like coming home, Rob. It was within a minute or two, I had my legs back, I had my drink. I was like, oh, I'm home. I've missed it so much, and it was from then on just absolutely normal. It was the most normal feeling thing I have done since COVID started. I felt like, I missed this so much. And so I'm now looking forward to when new stuff comes out. I'm not looking for it on HBO Max. I'm not looking for it on Disney Plus. Sure. I'm looking for it in the movie theater. It was great. Yeah.
Yeah, we that's very good to hear. Well, we've got some definite Army of the Dead I'm going to watch. I will do Netflix on that.
We're trying to do that. We're trying to figure out how we can do it and not have my 8-year-old wander by and see a zombie tiger and have nightmares for the rest of the
I've seen more clips. It's more than a zombie tiger.
Yeah, I'm sure it's only what we know. So we're trying to figure out the logistics of that in the household, how we're going to go do that. But
you'll figure that out. I mean, Black Widow, I know there's still some stuff next month that we're looking forward to. The Suicide Squad in August. I mean, it's gonna be great. Good stuff. Well, good to hear. All right. Speaking of
by the squawking of the bird.
Hearing
something recap this week.
Arena's recap. What are we right now? We just finished minutes 50.
Yeah, we're kind of in the dregs right now. This is Tony dealing with the ramifications of his actions. This is the fallout in Stark Industries. Right. Cameo by Christiana Amanpour. Right. Shout out to the Gilmore Girls fans out there. We had Rhodey discovering that Tony is not doing well. Right. We had a conversation about the cigar box and a possible history of what that was, and palladium and that sort of thing. And Justin Hammer and had just brought Ivan to Hammer Industries. Right. Hammer,
nice
advanced weapon system, and so he was about to show him something. I believe that is where the last episode ended.
Did we have the funny conversation about road rash? If you could
yes,
have
we did.
funny conversations about road rash.
That's right. The road rash conversation, yes. I even saying now, I remember 2 horrible stories that I'm not going to didn't relate on the podcast and not going to now about road rash. But yes, we had that conversation. And so I believe we ended off this week was Justin was showing Ivan something. And that's where it ended.
That's right.
So
okay.
I believe when it picks up on Monday, we will find out what the thing is.
Oh, that's cool, though,
because really, really nerdy discussions about robotics and...
Robotics we get into, and then we should be right before the party. Or
yes.
We're getting to the beginning.
Right, we're getting to the party. Yeah, Tony's birthday's coming up.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. All right, good stuff coming up. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's cool. And again, all your normal podcast sources.
That's right.
Marvel Movie Minute.
Marvel Movie Minute. And feel free to just jump in right away. Like if you don't feel like you need to go through the 40 episode backlog. If you're intimidated by that, you can just hop right in.
But you'll want to, because
once you get further on, you'll be like, oh, you know what? I really want to know how we got to this far.
All right. Oh, speaking of wanting to know. What's going on? Yeah. Not a big news week.
Nope.
We're kind of still in the soft quiet times.
We are. I mean, we're the big event, I guess, this week was Modoc. So Modoc launched on Hulu, and they dropped the full season, which actually I was kind of surprised at. Like, Hulu tends to sort of roll stuff out, but this time they gave you the entire season. I've not watched it all. I watched the first episode, and I was like, yes, this is clearly from the creators of Robot Chicken. Like, it has the same sort of thing. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. All right. So if you like that show, you'll probably like this one. If you don't, you're probably going to have the same quibbles. So like I enjoyed most of what I saw, and then I was sort of annoyed in the same way that I am annoyed by Robot Chicken, where it's like, oh, that's the joke you're going to tell there, huh? Okay. But then something happened, and it was really funny. And Patton Oswalt's performance has been spectacular. So yeah, there's a lot of good, and there's a lot of really good Marvel Easter eggs that they hid inside there too.
I haven't watched it yet, but I did see that I did see an article that said that there is some really good things that any fans should watch it because there's a good stuff hidden in there.
Yeah, there's and Tony Stark does show up in the very first episode. So there's a whole plot line about his boot. So you'll have to see to find out what that's about.
Oh, that's okay. Very cool. I did see. Was this some interview that Kevin Feige did about? They talked about the Ancient One and that.
Yeah, that was interesting. So Kevin Feige has basically publicly apologized for the casting of Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One. So let's unpack that a little bit. So for those who aren't as up to date on comic lore and the particular controversy. So the Ancient One in comic books was basically your typical wizened old Asian man. Like kind of the stereotypical what you think of the long beard and the broken English and that kind of thing. So when you're going to translate it, probably not the best. Like, I mean, the worst version of that would be probably from Reno Williams' The Adventure Begins, where they cast Joel Grey in that role and put him in full Asian makeup. Right. Yeah, not good. We didn't want that. Right. But then they thought, okay, so let's make it a woman, which was the first thought. And then he was worried, then we're going to stumble into the Dragon Lady stereotype, which is like the typical sort of the powerful Asian woman who's also devious and magical and that stuff. He's like, okay, I don't want to do that. So they went a completely different way. And now he's seen that was probably a bad choice as well. Like, when you think of someone like Michelle Yeoh or Ming-Na Wen being the Ancient One, it lends a whole different thing to it as opposed to the sort of the Dragon Lady stereotype. So he has said we oversteered, essentially. Like, we tried to go so far to avoid that we ended up going into something else, which is whitewashing. Like, they basically like took an Asian character and made them white in order to avoid controversy, and that ended up with controversy. Now, in my opinion, no slight to Tilda Swinton, who I think really, really nailed the part. Like, what they wrote for her, I thought was tremendous. She's one of the most consistently great characters. When she shows up in Endgame, she's fantastic. Like, she's one scene, and it's one of the best scenes in the movie.
Yes.
She's really good. So, no slight against her. But, yeah, I can kind of see where he's coming from. And I give him a lot of credit for owning up to it. Like, he really could have just been like, things happen. Decisions were made. What are you going to do? And they move on. In, let's say, a Warner Brothers style.
Right.
But instead, he sort of fesses up and says, you know what? We dropped the ball on that one.
Right. No, I think that's good. Yeah. I only thought the only thing that I would say is add to that is it's a difficult, I think, creatively for casting.
Yes.
It is a difficult time because I would say you want any character to be able to be played by anyone. Like, that's the goal, right? Like, that's what you're trying to do.
Best actor wins.
Right. And plus you are trying to bring representation into things that were not normally representative.
Right.
That's what he's addressing. He's like, we oversteered. And that thinking we should do that. Well, no, that actually ended up doing the opposite of what we thought. I think it's always a good thing when you own up and apologize, because that happens, and you continue to make things right. So I think that's a great plan to have. Doesn't always happen in the world, so good for him.
Yeah, cool. Exactly. So and I hope that is part of his thought process moving forward. Like, as they look at future roles and future actors, to think a little wider than just like the normal sort of pool of actors that they've worked with in the past. So let's hope that some good creative conversations come from this, and we get some wider variety of people showing up in our beloved MCU properties.
Absolutely.
So and a new story I found I thought was interesting is that new information has come out about the Spider-Man ride. So at the Avengers Academy, which is going to be opening soon at Disneyland. Just at Disneyland. I was trying to think if that's going to be at the same time around the world, but no, that's going to be the first one.
Right.
The Spider-Man ride, Web Slingers, or I'm not sure exactly what the full title of it, but the Spider-Man ride is going to be a little like a really high-tech Buzz Lightyear. So it's going to be like there's a shooting element involved, but it's also going to have like a projection screen. So it's not going to be like pop-up targets. Like, you're not going to have Dr. Ock going,
right. Just like the Buzz, any of those, what are they called? Dark shooters.
I
guess is the term, right?
So it's not going to be like that. It's going to have a full CG environment as you're moving through. I think for those Disney nerds, I think it's going to be kind of like Horizons. You know, it's because it's like a sideways thing, and then there'll be a combination of that plus the Toy Story. Oh shoot, what's the Toy Story ride? The
Toy Story Mania.
Toy Story Mania. So combination of that kind of that same sort of technology. So and then you're going to get some sort of web shootery thing to that. Well, they announced something. They're going to take a page from the video game world and bring it over, because for the first time, a Disney ride is going to have in-app purchases. That's right. Paid DLC.
What?
Right. So you can just, if you want to be just like a lame-o, you can just like pick up the whatever random thing and they hand you and do that. But oh no, Rob, you can go to the Avengers Academy store and buy your own designated shooter, which will have more accuracy, a different color scheme, different things that will show up on screen, and, give you more points, because that's what it's all about. Now, that's the cynical way of looking at it. The other thing was, hey, cool new Marvel thing to buy. But the idea is that there's going to be... and see, I can probably send you the link, and you can throw it up on screen to show, because they actually have so like I said, that's the cynical version. The cool version is new stuff to buy, because it's not just Spider-Man who's involved in this. So when you do this, you're not only going to be able to play as Spider-Man, but you also get one that looks for Ghost Spider, one for Iron Man, and one for Rescue. And each of them look different and fire differently, because when you put them on, the Spider-Man one, you turn your wrist sideways to launch this way. When you have an Iron Man one, you do it this way, because you have the thing in your hand. So it attaches to your wrist. If you scroll down, you can see the thing. This is a story from Gizmodo. So there it is, how it's on. That's the Ghost Spider one. If you scroll down, you'll see the 4 of them. So there are the 4 you can buy. Now obviously when you ride the ride, you can get one for free, like it's part of the ride. But these are the ones you can go to the thing and purchase and bring on the ride and have a different experience. So you can see so that's Spider-Man on the far left, then Ghost Spider, then Iron Man, then Rescue. So Pepper Potts is involved in the ride in one way.
Wow, do you know what? I didn't know this. Well, okay, I thought you were going to say, maybe I read this somewhere and I mistook it, that they were actually going with different technology where it required no augmentation. There was no device. And that it was much more like a Kinect situation. But no, it's the exact opposite.
I think the merchandising people went, hold on, wait, what? We could sell something for this. And they went, oh. Disney never let one to leave $1 on the table.
Hold on, though. Is this literally just... There's no use for this device once you leave the park.
No. I mean, maybe
what?
Maybe they'll, like the Kyber crystals, maybe they'll find a way for it to do something. It's possible.
How much is it going to cost?
I believe it's $30. Let me see. I had it in front of me.
$35
for the base power band, and the web tech are $30 each. So
wait, so $65?
Yeah, if you have the power band, you get to fire the multi-fire webs. But if you upgrade to web tech, you get an add-on that comes in variations inspired by 4 different characters: Spider-Man, Ghost Spider, Iron Man. And Ghost Spider is Spider-Gwen, if you don't know that. Spider-Man Spider tech will allow you to use electrodynamic webs with your palm facing up, like I talked about, and the Iron Man one will use Thunder Blast, which go like this. There's actually a video of it at the Disney Parks blog, so you can check that out. I don't know. At the same time, I'm like, yeah, it'd be cool to have the thing. At the same time, like, you go to Pirates of the Caribbean, everybody has the same Pirates of the Caribbean experience. Now there's a tiered experience for the Spider-Man ride, and I'm a little skeeved by that.
Now the good news is this: if this goes very sour, they can easily just get rid of them and just make it the same experience for everybody.
Yes.
Like there's no
and that has happened. I mean, when I went to Disney World for my honeymoon, they had something. They were celebrating the 100 Years of Magic, which is Walt Disney's 100th birthday, and so they had interactive pins, and you have a pin, and you could go on the ride, and the pin would actually sync up to the ride and have a different light scheme depending on what ride you're in at different moments. That's pretty cool, but it was invisible technology. So, like, if you didn't have the pins, you'd never know it was there, and then one day they just shut it off.
See,
so it's like a bonus for that person, like, sucker like me who bought a pin for $20 or whatever it was. It was, when I say pin, it wasn't like a flat pin. It was thick with batteries and headlights and interactive thing.
No,
it would sync up to the parades and stuff too. It would, like, the lights would dance a little.
Well, didn't they do that with the light up Mickey Mouse ears?
Yes, the same technology. I think later on
they
had that. Yeah, it's obviously this was a number of years ago. But yeah, it's the same kind of thing. So, but yeah, I'm always, it always like annoys me a little bit when it's like some of the same ride is having a different experience than me because they paid extra money. I still paid the same price to get in here.
Though Fast Pass was cracking open that door.
True, yeah, Fast Pass is, but yeah, once they were sort of selling Fast Passes, that when it got a little bit. Like different people who if you stayed in a hotel, you got access to and
no, exactly.
Set.
All right.
We'll see. We'll see how it develops, and maybe there'll be enough of an out. Sorry, I couldn't even get it out of my mouth. Maybe there'll be such an outcry that these won't sell.
Right. Yeah.
They're gonna sell out so fast.
They're
just like the.
They're gonna be on eBay for like $150.
They're like the birds from Avatar, the things that would sit on your shoulders. Those things sold out so freaking fast.
Because here's the problem they're gonna have. If this is something you can buy and take home, there's going to be people who are going to break them open, reprogram them, and they're going to make them like super.
I was thinking you were going to talk about scalpers because the Disney
there's
scalping
going to be that
is
too.
Legit.
It's going to be the whole thing.
It is out of control.
Well, it's just like already at Disney parks. Side note. The big story at Galaxy's Edge the last week was all the new legacy lightsaber,
and now
reveals.
A dark saber.
Yeah, Darksaber's out. Rey's saber from the end the very last scene of Rise of Skywalker. All this stuff, and immediately they went online. You find them for like $1,000 on eBay.
Yeah,
come on. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Any other news to brighten our day?
I do. I have. This is. I saved this for the last part of the news thing because I knew it has given me immense amounts of joy. So I'm hoping it will do as well. If you're on Instagram, well, first of all, you should follow at the next reel. But if you're on there, I have a Marvel recommendation for you because I found the second unit director, stunt coordinator, fight coordinator for Falcon and Winter Soldier. His name is Dave Macomber. It's just spelled as it sounds. Dave, D-A-V-E, Macomber, M-A-C-O-M-E-R. Let me see if I can. Let's see if we can. I'll just get to Rob so he can throw it up on the screen. And the cool thing about this is not only is he you know how much I love stunt people and I like seeing their work. He's posting the stuff they did. So one of the things that I love that we almost never get to see is whenever there's going to be a fight scene, they send it to the stunt team and say, there you go, so follow him on there. They send it to the stunt team and say, what should the fight look like? And allow them carte blanche. So they're allowed to do whatever they want. And so they'll go into their gym, essentially, and set up what they think the fight scene should be. And then they'll edit it and then add some basic effects. They're not trying to, fool anybody. Right. It's really pretty crude because that's not the point. And then send it back and say, this is what we want to do. And then they'll get notes on and stuff, too. Those are some of the most amazing fight scenes you will ever see because it's so pure. It's not. They don't have to worry about logistics. They don't have to worry about location. They don't have to worry about lighting. They don't have to worry about actors. It's just their guys in basically their workout gear flying around with cardboard shields and that kind of stuff. But it's so. Like I said, so pure of just action. And so he's been posting stuff that of the pre-visualizations they did for Falcon and Winter Soldier. And it's so good watching not only the fight scenes that we got to see, but some we never got to see. Cut sequences and things they didn't do. And even a completely alternate version of the first time that the new Captain America shows up and reveals that he has powers. That whole sequence... that when they originally did it was totally different because it's in the middle of the fight scene. They figure it out, and there's even a little conversation that they have about and how I feel great and and they show him showing off and doing a bunch of different stuff with his shield. I mean, it's so cool. And and once again, these are not intended to be widely released. So there's wires that they were never intended to to CGI over anything. This isn't motion capture. This is just the stunt people showing off what they think it should be. And he's put some amazing ones up there. So I highly recommend checking it out if you're a stunt nerd like I am.
Oh, that's totally cool. So it's almost like a live storyboard. I mean, they're literally storyboarding out a fight, but they're doing it. Yeah,
they had figured it out, and then they shut. And the nice thing about it is not only are they doing full impact, they're not slow. He has some of those too. We're gonna do it slower and then faster than faster. This is full speed and edited. So because they even have figured out what the right camera angle should be. Because when you throw a punch, you want to have it be from behind the person punching, so you can cross in front of someone and they can react as if they've been hit. Those sort of things. So all of it is rapid fire editing. So it's still cut like it's a action scene that would be lifted right out of a Marvel show, but it's done so you can actually see all the things they're doing and see the rapid retractors when they get punched across a room. I mean, I can tell you how good it is. When Battlestar dies, it hits just as hard because even the guys flying across the room running into a blue pad, you're like, ooh, you still have that he's not getting up. Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
It's really, really cool. So yeah, it is well worth your time. Not only to follow him, but also, comment, let him know that you appreciate all the hard work he did getting, on the show, and do it. So the people are sort of they never ask for the glory. Because their whole job is to be invisible, but I think the more we can single out these people for doing a great job at not being seen, I think the better off the industry is.
No, that's appreciation is not you can now your appreciation can be heard.
Yeah. I think we spent a lot of time talking about Honey Moneymaker. You should follow her on there too. So yeah, I'm working my way through every time. And the nice thing is that they're all it's a very small industry, so they all know each other. So they'll tag somebody this is me, kicking so and so across the room. Ooh, so and so, follow.
Right.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's awesome. Very cool. Any other news?
No, that's all that's pretty much all I had heard.
So there it is, the cash register.
That's right.
I did not think we were going to bring this segment back so soon.
I thought we were done with talking about action figures, but Hasbro ain't done.
Okay. You said something at the beginning that made me laugh. I think everybody knows that all the nerds have extra money because they haven't been going to all the cons.
I think so.
Because my God, everybody, what are you doing?
Yeah, no,
Seriously,
it's coming so fast. And if you're a multi-hyphenate nerd like us, there's so much other stuff coming out too.
There's
That's
so much
look
stuff.
at this amazing package you get.
Okay, so here last week we talked about Marvel, the Marvel Legends series. These are the 6-inch figures. We said Iron Man Mark III, which are like, oh, that's cool. It's from Iron Man. Lego announced their Ironmonger set.
Yep.
And then this week, Hasbro lands this Ironmonger and Obadiah Stane, and this looks phenomenal.
Yeah, look at that sculpt. I mean, that is 100% Obadiah Stane. And look, he's carrying the arc reactor that he pulls out of Tony's chest when he tried to kill him.
He's got the heart. He's got Tony Stark's heart.
They've come so far in terms of, look how his tie is a separate piece.
Yes.
I mean, like he's actually wearing a suit as opposed to being sculpted onto him.
No, this looks great. Okay, and the
Look
Ironmonger.
at that.
Phenomenal.
Man.
Just articulated. He's got the missile launchers.
Yeah.
He's got the Gatling gun.
All it needs is for someone to figure out how to do an LED light in the center of the chest.
And it looks like
in
it's
the
clear
eyes.
plastic. You could totally do that. Yes.
I'm sure somebody could. I mean, like there's those Lego sets that they could put the lights on. I'm sure somebody has come up with one for action figures. And
this looks like it's perfect scale. This looks like it is like about 2 to 3 inches higher than the 6-inch figure, so it's right on.
So you need to get that Iron Man Mark III figure that they just announced and put it right next to this one.
Exactly. This does have a higher price point, though. I think. I think this is in the 70s because that figure is big. The Ironmonger figure is big, super big. Okay, so I don't know if you saw this.
Amazing.
This was another announcement. So this is the old Marvel Legends. When I say old, I mean like 3 years ago. Captain America, Infinity War Captain America.
Shields. Yeah.
Right. Well, guess what?
There's a new one.
So the new one in the new Infinity Saga packaging, this is a Walmart exclusive. I think it is already available on Walmart.com. Yeah. But the big story is that's an entirely new head sculpt.
Yes, bearded Cap. This is my wife's favorite look for Chris Evans.
Oh, well, you're gonna. Well, then here you go. And you get a second head. You get angry Cap.
Yeah. So that Thanos figure that they just announced too, you can recreate him holding Thanos' hand because that's the face right there.
Yes. There we go. And I like this too. Nice sculpt. I think they've used this body before, but this is the one missing the star. So this is Rogue Cap.
Yeah.
But okay, great head sculpt.
I love even his hair is messed up a little bit.
Yes. It looks like a separate piece.
Yeah.
Okay, Walmart, there you go.
Nice job.
And then Gauntlet fans, this is a whole new Nano Gauntlet for Iron Man. Mm-hmm. The big thing about this is the two big features is removable stones, and it's got a combination of hard and silicone.
Oh,
so
yeah,
hard
you can
plastic
see
and silicone
around the thumb there.
Right.
That's rubber, so you actually can do the snap.
You can do the snap with this, and it's a much smaller version. And everybody's excited because it has removable stones. So there you go.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, and much more in line with a regular human hand size as opposed to the giant gauntlets.
Exactly.
Yeah. I would say I'm hoping that when they get into doing new ones for Endgame figure, I really want beaten up Cap. Like I want Cap with helmet, broken shield, and Mjolnir.
Well, because you know why, and you want that because you
That's
want
the moment.
And you want to recreate the on your left scene.
Yes.
Yes. That's coming.
That's what I want. I know it's got to be coming. Like obviously my number one. And that's my number 3 figure. My number 1, of course, is Justin Hammer. My number 2 is Whiplash. That has to be a 2-pack. Come on, Hasbro.
I gotta tell you, after seeing what they came out this past week, I actually think that's coming.
But because I think you're right because the ones they showed were from Iron Man.
Yes,
like obviously Obadiah and that Happy were Iron Man ones. Iron Man 2 should be next.
Yes,
I don't know if they're working. Are they working outside in? Like, are they going because we had new Endgame figures. The Thor was from Endgame, and now we have a new Iron Man. So is it like, then now Infinity War, Iron Man 2 next?
Oh, and you're right.
Are they sidestepping backwards until they meet in the middle, which would
be and we talked about the new Rescue and the new Captain Marvel from Endgame. Yes, maybe that is. Oh, jeez.
Maybe that's what they're doing.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so we broke it. We broke the news.
us and like 75 other Lego.
I know, but that was so funny that like you had this thing of like, is this real? And like the next day, Monday, they officially announced it and then put it up for sale. Okay. What a piece of work this thing is! Like it, as much as we were zooming in and trying to figure out who is, and like when they announced it, it's even cooler than we had thought because flying person was Firestar.
Firestar's up there at the very top on the radio tower.
Spider buggy.
Yes. Okay. And here's the deal: it goes on sale if you're a VIP Lego member. It goes on sale Tuesday, Monday night, midnight.
Yeah. Are you getting this, Rob?
I'm getting this because because here's the thing. Just to not only is it just the minifigs, not only is it an amazing set, they did. The people have confirmed this on YouTube on a bunch of different channels because they've gotten. If you do a search on YouTube on this, there's a bunch of people that already got.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, I actually saw review sets. A little bit of an unboxing that someone actually, like literally just like they took the box out of the box and just went through it.
Oh my God! They've never seen more window pieces in a single set before.
Was it 25 minifigs?
25 minifigs.
25, and I think about 20 of them are actual like Marvel comic characters.
Oh, Daredevil.
Yes, Daredevil's in there.
Blade.
Punisher is in there. Blade is
Punisher.
in there. Like the Sinister Six are in there. J. Jonah Jameson, Betty Brant.
Yes.
There's a Betty Brant minifig. We live in a blessed age of geekdom.
The thing that's crazy about this set is, and yeah, it's $300. I know.
Yes. Oh yeah. I guess this is not for the casual collector.
This is not for the casual collector. This is huge, by the way. This is a massive 4-story building,
2.5 feet tall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Almost 3 feet.
Almost 3 feet.
Here's the thing, though, that's going to get people into this. Lego is brilliant on this because they are going to sell more of these than I think anybody realizes. It is a fully enclosed building.
Yes.
The front panels all come off, and what's really cool, the one panel is designed to show you the breaking apart of everything, and Green Goblin coming out. People have already done it. It gives you enough pieces to rebuild this without the breaking.
Oh.
Now, I wish what they had done is I wish that they had enclosed enough pieces to make a non-broken facade, and you could just switch them out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't have to rebuild it, but they didn't do that.
Yeah.
Mock people, I'm sure.
I'm sure that like the Lego maniacs out there are look at that. So you pull the sides off, and then you can see in each individual office. Look at that layout. That is almost right out of the Spider-Man original movie.
Yes,
isn't it? I mean, that's the 2002 Spider-Man.
Okay,
like, with the big desk and like the glass wall and Betty on the other side of it.
Yes,
that's almost Elizabeth Banks as a minifig.
Absolutely. No, I mean you have that. You've got the Peter Parker's office.
Yep.
I love the fact
spider
that
web.
He's got the pizza box, pizza time.
Pizza time.
On top of that, one of the other big things that Lego people have mentioned is, real fans and collectors of Lego as adults.
Yeah.
The amazing micro builds are in this set. That photocopier, one of the best. It's the only photocopier they've ever made in a minifig set.
Yeah.
There's an amazing water cooler.
His camera actually is on the top of the thing right there next to the pizza box. That's really cool.
Oh, his camera's there. Yeah. You got the spider web.
Of course, and the spider.
You go down to the pit, which is kind of like the main work area.
Is that Robbie Robertson there at the bottom?
Yes. It's unbelievable.
I just love it. There's Black Cat. You can see her. She's look at the edge with a diamond in her hand looking up.
At the very top.
Yep.
Yes.
Felicia Hardy.
And then the lowest level, has one of the coolest mini builds. It's a soda machine. It's the first time Lego's ever done an actual soda machine.
Oh, yeah.
And I've watched the YouTube videos where they build it. It is brilliant the way they did it. So this looks insane. It is absolutely crazy. Tuesday, if you're a VIP member, they're gonna sell not only gonna sell these to the Marvel fans.
Yeah.
They're gonna sell them to Lego fans who have Lego cities.
Yes.
And they're going to sell them to people who are going to buy more than one.
Yes.
Because they could then make a taller building. Or they want a Daily Bugle and they want an office building. It's Lego's.
If you are in the fandom tax bracket that can afford this without, and still be able to feed your children.
Right.
Buy it. Buy it as soon as you can, because this is going to sell out. This is going to disappear, and it's going to hit collector market like a bomb.
I wonder. This is a set, though. I wonder how long they will keep it in the line, because they put so much time and effort into it.
Yeah.
But I have to think that it's not going to be on the market for more than a year.
I would say this is to Marvel fans what Jabba's sail barge is to Star Wars fans.
Oh, to the yes, the HasLab. The HasLab. Correct.
Jabba's
correct,
because that thing came out. Who would buy this thing? And they sold all of them. And now when you go to Celebration, those things are $1,000.
Oh,
I walked past, they don't even put a price on it because if you have to ask, you can't afford it.
You can't afford it. Do you remember when we went to, what was it, the Celebration in Chicago?
Chicago, yeah.
There are people who make acrylic cases for the shipping box that the katana comes in.
Yes.
What is that all about? What are you doing?
Marvel fans were not at that level yet. We'll get there someday. But Star Wars fans are on another level.
This is craziness. Oh, here's something else I want to mention.
I saw that. I'm conflicted on this because I want to know what's in that, but I don't know that I want to pay $135 for it.
I had a gift card that somebody gave me.
Oh, sweet. And maybe. Yeah. Dear President Biden, please send us another relief check. So I can buy this
don't go into that.
Feeling guilty about it.
So let me tell you this. No, I did. Somebody gave me a gift card, and I went ahead and pre-ordered it. So October.
I use my gift card on buying the Art of Star Wars Galaxy Edge. So different fandoms,
right? But okay, I'm really curious.
Yeah, I think they're going to take a lot of stuff from all of the Art of books, which means this is going to be gorgeous.
Yes,
the art. I mean, every Marvel movie that comes out gets an Art of book, and I think they're going to take the best of the best of the best and put them in here in addition to telling the story. I badly want to read this, so I might have to come over to your place with gloves.
Oh, we'll do
and slowly page through and read each one of the things.
Whatever we're doing in October, I'm sure we'll have a live review of this book. No, exciting. This is cool. Yeah. I'm all in on this. Can't wait to see what this is.
And I think this is all. Obviously, the art might be reused, but I think this is all new. So this isn't just repackaging. Right. I know that they did a couple Firefly books and they repackaged it in one leather-bound hardcover, but I think this is new content.
Yes,
and not just taking the old stuff and just copy pasting.
And what's amazing is, as lifelong Star Wars fans as we are, Star Wars has done this.
Yes,
and I've never bought it because I have everything else.
Right.
This, I actually feel compelled to get because I don't have a lot of the other ancillary Marvel making of books.
Yeah.
And I would imagine that this is the story of the first 10 years. So how everything came about, what's been going on. It's
500 pages.
Yeah. 2 volumes. It's going to be crazy. Okay. Last thing on merch.
Yeah.
I have to mention this. So after last week's show, we did the whole merch with the pillows, the shirts, and everything. I put the pillows out on the couch. I'm walking past it with my daughter. And you know how sometimes, as a designer or as a copywriter or as a writer, you do something 100 times, and then it's done, it's real, and then the first moment you look at it, you go, wait, why is it like that?
Oh, you missed something?
So, why is the smoke coming out of the side of the missile?
I wondered that too. I don't even know why there's smoke to begin with.
Why is there even smoke?
You make people all the time say why are you smoking a cigar? Are you a cigar aficionado? I'm like, no, it's the ex-wife.
It's the ex-wife.
It hasn't come up in the Marvel movie yet, but if you've seen the movie, you know what that is.
But wait,
that's why the smoke is confusing to people.
I look at my daughter, right? I go, Morgan, wait a minute. First of all, how did we not catch this? I didn't say anything. I didn't even think about it. Now, I do like it because it's kind of like you're sniffing it, right? So it works. It's fine. But my daughter said, this is the best. My daughter looks at it and she goes, well, I don't know how cigars work.
Well, yeah, technically the smoke does come from that side if you're ingesting it into your body. That is part of the smoking process.
Oh God, it's canon. This is the way it is.
Right. I'm saying when you get your own pillow, you can go in and see all the details. Maybe looking at your phone, you probably didn't notice the fact that Rob's suit is made from zippers.
Zippers, come on, those are zippers. It's amazing. Anyway, that brought a nice warm feeling to my heart. I was like, wait, what? What happened here? Anyway, all right. I think that's it.
Well, I have one last piece of shameless
yes.
self-promotion since we're in that sort of mode. So if you've been listening to season 2 and season 3, then you've heard me talk about my writing. So like I have written a bunch of stuff, and I've also written some. I mean, I'm like, this isn't like by my book. I wish it was. I don't have a book. But what I do have are fan scripts. So I did this thing where I would get my friends and stuff together, and we would do readings of a script readings of stuff that I had written, all fan service stuff. And so there's a bunch of Marvel stuff. And now I have published them all. Like essentially they're up to read for free for you. I have been working on getting my own website and putting all my stuff together. And so this is one of the things I wanted to do, is have them available or anyone can read. So if you go to Wattpad, can you throw up the link? There it is. So that's Legible Scrawl is well, it's me, but essentially that's my little group of performers and stuff too. But I published everything under Legible Scrawl. If you go to there, you can read all of my fan scripts that I have put up there. Like I said, I get no money from this. This is just something I did for fun, and I decided, hey, maybe if people didn't get to see the productions, maybe they would like to read them. So they're up there. So they are in script format. They are not like a novel format. They are scripts, but they are up there. And so the two I think that people will be most interested in is. I don't know what's going to happen in Black Widow. I know as much as you do in terms of trailers, but I got tired of waiting for them to tell me what happened in Budapest, so I wrote the story. So I wrote a story of Black Widow and Hawkeye and what was their adventure in Budapest that they reference in Avengers. And so that is up there. You can see that. And there's also, if you go, there's also a bonus video link that you can see my actors and me performing that script. Then the other one is at the end of, before Endgame came out, there was their big thing, like what's going to happen, what thing. And we got to see Scott Lang, like, emerge from the van. And then we got to see him show up at Avengers Mansion. But if you think about it, that he emerges from the van in San Francisco.
Right.
But Avengers Mansion is in New York. Well, New Jersey, essentially. How did he get from one side of the country to the other in a post-snap world? Well, I tell that story. So I have a script there about, it's called Ant-Man's Wacky Post-Snap Cross-Country Road Trip. So you can go and he encounters some maybe familiar faces along the way, and he also gets some help from some unexpected sources. And as he has this wacky road trip to try and get to the Avengers base. So, and I wrote it before Endgame came out, hoping against hope that nothing would contradict it, and it didn't. So I had like a week before we were supposed to perform it, and then Endgame was going to come out, and then we were going to perform it. And I was hoping and hoping and hoping it wouldn't change anything, and it didn't. So those two scripts and a bunch of other ones are available for free for you to read at wattpad.com/user/legible scrawl. Like I said, they are free. I did not get paid to write them. I will not get paid if you read them. It's just for funs. That's awesome. Enjoy it. So, this is, I said, save this for the end. So, buy our merch. But then if you want something to read and it's fun, you're looking for new Marvel content, well, there it is. Isn't it good? I don't know. But it's worth the price you'll pay. Which is nothing.
Wait, on his cross-country road trip,
yes,
does he stop off at any Baskin Robbins?
No, but he does stop off at a QT.
Hey!
For the West Coast people.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe he'll, he could hit a Sheetz somewhere as he gets in the way.
I know, right? If he gets further over, I would love that. I love Sheetz so much.
Or Wawa or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
See, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Oh my god! Oh, this is awesome. Please, Joe, check this out.
Yeah, check it out.
It's
like I say, this is one of the fun things I do just for my own enjoyment. Awesome. And so I'm sharing it with you. And like I said, and if you like script, there also is a bonus audio recording. Actually, that one we were managed to record the audio of, and it turned out pretty good. So once you've read it, you can listen to it and sort of have a movie in your mind that plays out. And once again, not making any money off it. It's just for the fans.
Sweet. Very cool.
So there we go. So I think that's pretty much covers everything. We did see news, controversy, shameless self-promotion. Yep, that's the trifecta.
That's it. We got it. Nice.
So let's check over this week. I think are we going to hit the party? If not, we're getting really, really close.
Oh, really close.
Really
close.
So
I think it's the conch.
Tony Stark's birthday is coming. You're invited. We will be there, and we want to see you as well. So thanks for watching. Subscribe on your podcatcher of choice, and we will catch you next week. Nuff said.
Bye.